Rolling?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Let's do it.
What's up, man? The shirts that you wanted us to get made,
Yeah.
working on it.
Yeah?
Yep.
Where are we at with it?
So I got a girl who's going to make us two different styles
Okay.
of shirt as like a trial run just for
Okay.
you and I for this race that we got coming up Saturday.
Yep.
Is that the 10K?
Yeah, Fiesta 10K.
Yeah. Anyways, gonna have like a dry fit shirt that we can wear for that,
Awesome.
and gonna get like a regular t-shirt style too.
Sweet.
But then if those look good, we can get more produced and offer them as merch to our
Sweet.
followers.
I've had a buddy ask me about merch. Hey,
Really?
Nice. Literally the day before we launched. Hey, do you guys have merch?
Wow.
No, we don't. Give us
We
a
don't
break.
even have a podcast.
No, we don't even have a podcast yet. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I'm working on hats too. The hats are a little more of a pain because
Yeah.
I'm basically going to have to order like 4 or 5 different styles of hats
Okay.
and then see which one we like
Okay.
and then figure out how to get them embroidered or something.
Yeah.
Because you can get them nicely done, but you have to order them
Okay.
a bunch in bulk. I don't want to do that right out the gate.
Maybe we should do like pre-orders.
That'd be a good idea.
Maybe we'll do
On
that.
hats or something. Yeah. Or
Yeah.
even the t-shirts too.
Okay.
That's a really good idea.
If we do a pre-order, then we can get an idea of how many roughly we could sell.
Yeah.
And then do like a launch of
That's a
merchandise.
fantastic idea.
We got enough. I was on Podbean
Mm-hmm.
looking at the podcast stats, and statistically we're trending quite well, so I'm happy with that. Yeah. So we have some listeners, but the listeners aren't hitting subscribe. They need to hit subscribe. So if you guys could hit that little button in the top right corner, that would be fantastic, so that we can kind of let other people know how we're doing, and we can let you guys know how we're doing. So,
Yeah. I think more important than subscribing even is share.
yeah, hit the little share, the little paper airplane.
You guys can all think of one person that might benefit from one of these podcasts, then share it to them.
Yep.
I think that'll go a really, really long way.
Oh, yeah. And you know who also shared one of our reels on Instagram? Sofsocs.
Sofsocs.
Sofsocs. We love the Sofsocs. They are one of our sponsors, and we're super happy with their socks, their product. They make a compression fitting sock that hugs your foot in all the right places. It is a toe sock to prevent blistering and toenail loss on your long journeys. Wore them on shift as well. I wear the black edition on shift because I have to wear black socks, and wear them in bunker boots, and they're fantastic. Absolutely love them. The link for their website will be in the description of this podcast, as well as in our bio and all of our social media platforms. You can check them out there. We also have a discount code. Save some money. Suffer10. Suffer10 is the discount code. So use that in your checkout. Please order you a pair of socks. At least try them.
Yeah.
Try a pair.
Tariffs might be driving up the cost of everything, but we got a discount code.
We have a discount. Yep. So you save you a few bucks. And they're awesome people. They're local. We love them. They've been good to us. And so please go buy you a pair of socks. And if you don't like toe socks, well, I don't think you probably tried the right kind. So give them a go.
That's fair. I have tried some toe socks that I was not fond of, but these ones I wear every day.
Yeah.
I like them.
I absolutely love them. Ryan has them on right now, actually.
I do.
So I'm running natural toe socks, which is no socks, just toes.
No socks?
No socks today because I just slipped my sandals on, but when I'll be running later this evening, they will be on my feet.
Got the chanclas on.
Yes. Yeah. What are we talking about today?
Oh, today we are going to talk about mentorship and discipleship.
Mentorship and discipleship.
Yeah, kind of the same thing, but one focuses on your spiritual well-being, whereas the other one is, well, I guess pertains to anything. Could be your job, could be physical, could be mental. But regardless, mentorship and discipleship. We're going to talk about that today, talk about the importance of finding a mentor and being discipled yourself, and then eventually growing into the point where you can mentor others and disciple others. It doesn't happen overnight, and you're not born with it. So we're going to discuss ways to get there to that level, and how you can be the best student and teacher.
Student and teacher. That was actually one of the questions I was going to ask. So does a good good mentor, are they better listeners? Or are they better talkers?
I think a better listener.
Yeah. I think listen before you talk, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm a bad listener though. I'm always, if you're like me, I have a tendency to want to think about the next thing to say.
Yeah.
Versus just listening. So, but the concept of being able to listen and then act, I think is a big proponent in the world of leadership as a whole. There's a bunch of people that have way more experience on leadership than we ever will. But surround yourself with the people that are, out there that have that ton of that leadership experience. And even if you are a seasoned leader, or I guess leader, well, let's get into that word. You got leader, you've got a leader, or you have an organizer, an orchestrator. I'm trying to think of some synonyms. I mean, you have leader, you got organizer, you've got a manager. They're just like, are they managing or are they leading?
Mm-hmm. I think that all the words sound similar.
Yeah.
Maybe even sound the same to some people, but they're all different and they all could be intertwined or they could not. Your manager might be a good leader.
Yeah.
Might not. So I think, define that first. That a leader is somebody who leads others.
Yeah.
Now, you can be placed in a leadership position and lead others just because of your job title, or you can earn a leadership position and lead others without being above them technically on like a hierarchy.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the fire captain to lead your crew.
No, that's true. Yeah. Like there's a book out there called Leadership from the Jump Seat or Jump Seat Leadership, which alludes to the back step on the fire apparatus. And you can be an effective leader or have a small impact on the leadership role from the back seat, just with your actions, right?
Yeah.
And so a good leader or officer, in our application, an officer, would be able to utilize that and be able to take that asset and be able to apply it, but never overstepping the roles and responsibilities of your job title. Ultimately, that front seat makes the final call, but you can definitely have a leadership impact from the back seat. Or, apply that to corporate America as well. If you are an employee on, bottom of the line, your responses and the way that you conduct yourself can ultimately help change the environment around you.
Yep.
But, yeah. No, like,
I think it all comes back to respect.
Yeah.
Whether you're a leader leading people or a junior person who wants to lead people, I think you need to respect that hierarchy regardless.
Oh, yeah.
I think if you disrespect that and try and say, no, I know what's better right now, or we're going to do this my way, you're going to lose respect from a lot of people around you because they're going to see right through that.
Yeah.
That's a prideful thing as opposed to, hey, guys, we should do it this way because, then give them a reason.
Yeah.
And, leaders, true leaders who are put there in position don't always have to give their reason.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of times we were told to do stuff in the military that I really wanted to know why the heck they were telling us to do this, but I didn't get to know that. And that's where the trust factor comes in.
Right.
You need to trust your leaders and trust that they have best intentions for you. And I think that trust is best built by them explaining to you over time other decisions that they've made. Hey guys, we're going to go PT this morning because we have a fitness test coming up and we all need to make sure that we're good to go.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be. That's a silly example, but
no.
Explaining your decisions will help the people below you see why you're doing something, and they'll trust that you're doing it for the right reason. And then when, when a decision comes up that you have to make and tell them, hey, this is what we're doing, and maybe you don't have time for them to ask the question, they're just going to do it because they trust you.
Yeah. No, trust plays into that big time. There's one of my drivers back in Georgia, my previous department.
Yeah.
He said something that stuck with me. A lot of things he said, because at the time I was really young. I'm still young, but I was a little bit over the top. I wouldn't want to be in a leadership role with who I was at that time. I can still be a lot. So imagine me now. Imagine me like 8 years ago. I was a lot. But he said something that really stuck with me. He said, you walk into a room, within 5 minutes, you can already identify who the leader is just by the way that they are presenting themselves.
Yeah.
And so he actually, I've thought about that over the years. And like, I kind of pay attention, like when you enter a room, you put 10 guys in a room and you might have like a captain in the military or a captain in the fire service, or I don't fully understand the military's rank structure, but you understand what I'm saying. Like say you got like a general or whatever. The guy, he could be a general. Like they're completely unmarked. They're all wearing white t-shirts. Within 10 minutes, you can tell who the natural leader is within just a few minutes, just by the way that they're carrying themselves and conducting themselves. And I kind of found that to be true.
Yeah.
Like you get into a group setting, like group projects in school and stuff. Even the guy that might not have the most experience or, the type A personality might not be the most effective leader.
Yep.
Like the person who's eager and is just a good organizer and can just be efficient with the time that they're given to perform whatever task they have, they might be the most efficient leader. And so I found that to be true in a lot of ways, but it's also encouraging because even if, apply it to the fire service, apply it to wherever, you can have an impact on the overall outcome of wherever you're at. And another thing, that same driver also told me, he said, all you can control are your four walls, and that's it. So don't worry about what headquarters is doing, what HR is doing, what the union's doing, what corporate, whatever, insert whatever name you want. Don't worry about what they're doing. Just control your four walls. If it's your cubicle, control your cubicle. If it's your office, control your office. If you're, a CEO, well, you got a pretty big room, but you control only your environment. So don't worry about what's going on. Just lead who you have. If it's 2-3 guys, lead those 2-3 guys and just make it better each and every day.
I like it. Yeah. The 3 things that I wrote down as ways to be a better leader, because you brought up that you weren't a great, a follower.
Yeah, I wasn't.
weren't a very good follower. I was not either. I don't think that I would want to lead myself how I was when I first joined the Navy. Yeah, I don't think that I would have wanted to lead myself either. I was not the best at following directions or orders, which sounds bizarre to say as, person in the military. You would think that we're the best at that. Not really. Your personality shines through. And I had a very hard time blindly trusting people. I would be the guy that asked a lot of questions, like, why are we doing this? Why do we have to do it that way? And sometimes I would get answers. Sometimes I would get, shut up and just do it because I said so, which I hated even more. But as you build that trust, as others built that trust with me, I was much more apt to follow their directions and listen to them. So I think that took a lot of growth on my end as far as I'm going to grow and trust them. And it took growth on their end as a leader of, this guy requires more confidence in me before he'll just blindly follow my orders. So that leader had to grow to match me, and I had to grow to match them. It's growth on both ends. I don't think that you ever stop growing even once you are a leader. So the 3 things I wrote down to help grow to be a better leader are: number 1, start with respect. If somebody's in a position above you, respect them. If you are the leader and you've got people below you, respect them. That respect will go a very long way in building trust. That's the next thing, is confidence and trust. So you can't control how somebody perceives you, but you can perceive yourself differently.
Yeah.
So if you act like you don't have any confidence, what is going to make someone else have confidence in you? Nothing. That you're just hoping that they do.
Right.
But you've got to believe in yourself that you can make these decisions, that you are there for a reason. And if you can do that, then that builds the trust in the people below you. Likewise, if you're the guy below somebody else, you've got to have confidence in your leader. So, you may think that they're dumber than a box of rocks, but if they've been in this job for 20 years, they're obviously doing something right. They probably do know more than you. So look at them with confidence. Like, hey, this guy's here for a reason.
Yeah.
He was appointed to this lieutenant position for a reason.
Right.
And the last thing is your environment. You can't control everything, but you can control your environment. If you feel like you're surrounded by a bunch of people who are dummies, then change your environment, man.
Yeah.
If you think that even in the fire service, I'm sure if you thought that you were at a station that was just had a low morale and had a bunch of dumb people on it, you could probably put in a request to go to a different station or be on a different shift or something like that.
Right.
You may not be able to change everything that you want instantly, but if you can initiate that change and work towards that, that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
So your respect, you have all control over that, how you respect others. Your confidence and trust, you are in control of your confidence. And your environment, you are ultimately in control of your environment. That one is maybe a little more difficult to change, but it's still up to you.
Yeah. No, that's good. And you're talking about like transferring stations or whatever, or, you change your job. One thing that I've learned in life too is, are you running from a problem, or have you poured in and have you tried to fix whatever the problem is? And in that problem is it me? Because a lot of times when you look at yourself, if everybody in the room, you have a team, right? You have a team, they're working together, whatever, and they ain't jihad. Like, they're just not working together at all. If every single member of that team looked at themselves, they'd find problems, because we all have problems. A lot of us have more than others.
Yeah, I gave one example, and it was a bad example. No, but you don't have to run from the environment.
No.
You
but
can change the environment.
But you can change it, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what you were essentially kind of saying was,
yeah,
you could change stations, and it might be based off of like, there might be some really big issues that are past the point of mending. By all means, like that, okay, we can shake hands and look at each other and be like, brother, I'm sorry, but this just isn't working.
I don't fit here.
We've already been through the steps. And the steps that I'm alluding to of like, if everybody you take that team aspect and everybody reflected back on themselves and then looked at like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Am I being a good follower? Am I listening? Am I being just a good person?
Yeah.
Some days I don't even want to be around me. Like, oh man, I wouldn't want to work with me today.
There's a reason that I said them in the order that I said them, and the environment was last, because if you're working on the respect aspect and the confidence aspect of yourself and those appointed over you or under you, then that should promote a good environment.
It should.
Yeah.
And if other people don't want to get on board, how do you navigate that?
Oh, man. Depends on what position you're in, I guess.
Kick rocks.
If you're the low guy on the totem pole, maybe you don't have and you're doing everything you can, maybe you don't have another option.
Yeah.
If you're the leader, so-called leader at some department, and that's going on, then I think your options are the exact opposite. You can't leave. You have to fix it.
You have to fix it, yeah.
You have to make these people grow, or maybe there's one person that they have to kick rocks.
Right.
Because they're not fitting in. They're bringing everybody down. But at that point, that is your decision. That is your responsibility, I should say, to change that.
To change it, yeah. I mean, I've gotten calls from guys like, man, this guy at my station, he's just like, I've tried this, that, and the other. It's like, okay, well, at what point are you allowing that person to impact now who you are? Yeah. Stand for who you are, and ultimately, are your actions honorable? Are you conducting and performing yourself in an upright manner, like the Bible talks about? But then don't worry about it. Like, if I have beef with you and I got an issue with you, the right thing to do is go, hey, Ryan, hey, man, we need to talk, dude. What you said the other day really ticked me off. I was really irritated because you didn't pull your weight with this or whatever. And then we need to have a conversation.
Yep.
That conversation needs to happen, which is conflict. We have conflict.
Yep.
We need to address the issue. We need to nail it down, and we need to fix it. Now, your job as the receiver of that message is a couple things. You can either receive it and think that I'm still in the wrong, and then now it's put back on me, and now I have to reflect and be like, okay, you're right. I didn't conduct myself correctly. I should have done X, Y, Z. However, and then the apology needs to be given in that aspect. But there needs to be a middle ground, because they're constantly met with this in leadership roles as well as subordinate roles of like, I don't think Ryan's doing a good job with this at all. And I could go talk to Bobby over here and talk about Ryan, but that's not the right thing to do either.
No.
And that's a really easy thing to do, is to confide with somebody else.
Yep.
But if I don't go to Ryan and try to address the issue, and if we don't come to a resolution within that time, then I know that I have gone to you and I've basically asked for your forgiveness, or asked for, I'm letting you know what's wrong. There's an issue with our relationship.
Trying to find a resolution.
Right, trying to find a resolution. Now, you could choose to not forgive at all and just think that you're in the right, but now you've just essentially broken a relationship.
Yeah. But that goes back to the respect and trust.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you respect me and have trust in me, that I did what I did for a reason, and you're like, hey, man, like, this made me feel this way, or like this upset me because of XYZ. I trust that you have a good reason. Could you explain to me why you did that?
Mm-hmm.
And then I should have the respect and trust to be like, yeah, Nate, thanks for coming to me with this. This is why I did that. Or, Nate, man, I just really messed up, I'm sorry. Well, if you both have that respect and that trust for one another, that conversation goes so smooth.
Yeah.
If one person does not, well, then it's a much more difficult conversation.
Yeah.
And if neither of you have the respect and trust to talk to each other about it, then that's a broken relationship that is never going to heal itself.
Right. But you know how many times, though, I get the phone call or a text? Not that people come to me with all these problems, but it's just like a common trend. And then I hear their story, I hear what's going on, and then I ask them, like, well, did you talk to them about it? 9 times out of 10, it's no.
No, I can't talk to them.
I can't. No. Like, no, it doesn't matter. Like, it also speaks volumes of your character.
Yeah.
If you approach somebody and be like, hey, man, this is what's going on. And it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. I mean, it's conflict is never an easy thing to do.
No.
And engage. Some people are a little more aggressive than others, and it's handled a little more creatively sometimes. But
I'm calling it respect and trust, but the Bible talks about doing all things in love, and that's really what this is. I mean, you're having this conversation in love because you love this person like your brother. Like, man, I know he wouldn't do anything to hurt me.
Right.
I know they wouldn't have done this on purpose if they knew that it would have made me feel this way. So I just need to talk about this with them and explain to them that, hey, what you did affect me, or figure out why they did something that would hurt me. And if they're doing things in love, then there's probably a very, very good explanation for it.
Right.
One that you would agree with.
Yep.
And if they didn't do it in love, then that's where the apology comes in. And hey, man, I'm sorry, but I didn't do this for the right reason. I messed up.
There's a really profound thing that you are like striking at.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna drive the nail home.
Hit it.
If Christ forgave us for all of our sins and died on a wicked cross for us, who are we to not forgive a brother and get over it and move on and forgive? Like, the gravity of forgiveness. And if we apply that to our relationships, think about how much easier life would be.
Yeah.
Like you said love, right?
Yep.
Like, Christ died on the cross for our sins.
Because he loved us.
Because he loved us. He didn't even know us.
Yeah.
He knows us, but he didn't like anybody. Like, the gift is for everybody, for those who receive. But like, he died on the cross so that we could live a fulfilled life with him. And if then we're not privy to forgive a brother because, he didn't do something right,
or we can't even talk to that person.
Yeah. Can't even approach him and try to have a conversation and make amends. If I wronged somebody, I want to know that I wronged somebody. Tell me. And so if somebody comes to me and said that, dude, you really ticked me off. Now, that's a whole nother topic, but like, if people would just come to you and just say like, dude, you really ticked me off. All right, let's talk about it. If that happened more often, you don't have to live wondering like, am I doing okay?
Yeah.
But just think about that, man. Like, if we would just learn to forgive and just move on, how much better life would be if we just forgave and just moved past it like Jesus did for us on the cross.
Yeah. I think being a good leader starts with love.
Yeah.
And forgiving one another.
Yeah.
And sometimes forgiving yourself and moving on. But you gotta have that love, that respect and confidence or trust for one another to improve your environment.
Yeah.
And once you do those things, your environment should change.
Yeah.
You know, if you're doing everything with love. Another really important thing that a leader does is listens. Like you said earlier, you know, you have to listen more than you speak. I think they say that the person who says the fewest words is the most impactful.
Yeah.
You know, that their words mean more because they're saying less of them. That seems like common sense, but oftentimes we just find ourselves being the chatty Cathy. I know that's like the pot calling the kettle black as we're sitting here on a podcast talking.
Yeah.
But being the chatty Cathy in a room, thinking that the more we say, the more impact it's going to have on somebody. But that's not the case.
No.
You should be listening, thinking. That's a big step too. Thinking, and then replying or giving suggestions based on everything that you've heard.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know it all.
Yeah. You don't have to justify to me like who you are. Just show me.
Exactly.
You know, like your words mean something, like they do, but just show me. Like effectively lead or effectively listen as a student. And like you're talking about in Luke chapter 2 of the Bible, God's word, the title in my Bible here says the boy Jesus in the temple. Like, so Jesus is a boy as he's learning.
Yep.
He's found in the temple. And I'll just read you a short excerpt from this. It says here, starting at verse 42. And when he was 12 years old, they went up according to custom. And when the feast was ended, and as they were returning, the boy Jesus stayed behind in Jerusalem. His parents did not know it. But supposing him to be in the group, they went on a day's journey. But then they began to search among him of the relatives and acquaintances. And when they did not find him, they returned to Jerusalem, searching for him. After 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting among the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. And all who heard him were amazed at his understanding and his answers. And when his parents saw him, they were astonished. And his mother said to him, "Son, why have you treated us so? Behold, your father and I have been searching for you in great distress." And he said unto them, "Why were you looking for me? Did you not know that I must be in my Father's house?"
Mm.
And so Jesus, of all people, was found listening and answering. You would think as a boy, like obviously they knew he was the Messiah, but he was a boy. And these theologians are like, oh, he's a boy, but he's answering to them. Do you think those, like, just imagine this little boy at 12 or so was sitting in a room with these people talking. You don't think that what Jesus' words had an impact, you know, on those people who are, you know, maybe mightier than thou?
Yeah.
It doesn't like specify exactly who he was listening to, but he's in his Father's house listening to, you know, doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
And
not just listening, but joining in with the conversation and discussing that with them. I think it'd be kind of crazy if you went to college even and saw a 12-year-old in there having a discussion with the rest of the class like it was normal.
Right.
Much less old men, I presume, sitting in some temple. I mean, they're probably like, who is this kid?
Yeah, right. And I mean, obviously they knew he was Jesus, but a lot of people still denied him.
Yeah.
And so if him of all people under instruction and is still giving answer, like ultimately he is the perfect example of leadership. And so
and followership.
And followers, it's to follow. And I mean, when he chose his disciples, even he chose just normal people, and those people went on to lead and disciple others. And so transitioning all that into what does it look like for, you know, because you might think like they got the people who are hungry to be a leader, like I want to be a leader, I want to be in charge, all this and that.
Yep.
But they might not necessarily be ready for it. They might not be ready to be in a leadership role yet. And I think that takes refining.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so if you're constantly refining yourself, I think the most effective leaders are ones that aren't necessarily ready for it, you know, because you could be like a leader because you're forced into it. Like, hey, you're next up, man. You're going to be the leader, you know, you're going to be the manager, the director, whatever. You might not be ready for it, but the most effective ones who accomplish the most productive leadership, if you will, are ones that are just, they're either natural or they're capable. Like they're just good at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it takes a sense of humility, of lowering yourself and just being like, if you're not in that position and you don't feel ready, just humble yourself and just deliver your leadership style in a way that is humble.
Yeah. Just ask for help.
Yeah.
From God and from others who might have more experience than you. That goes back to listening. I mean, ask and listen to God and ask and listen to others, because you don't know it all.
No.
I think any leader that thinks that they've got it figured out, that's a bad leader.
Yeah.
Every good leader I've ever worked for or worked with has not had all the answers, and they're okay with that.
Yeah.
That they're eager to learn more
Yeah.
and get more of the answers, but they're okay with the fact that they don't know them all.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah, it is fine. Just
I can learn from the people around me, below me, above me. It doesn't matter. I can learn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even if, like you said, in that leadership role, you're still learning. It's constant evolution of learning. And showing those vulnerabilities too is okay. Like showing them to people, like your subordinates or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to show them, because then you can grow together as an effective team.
Yeah, and you're reminding them that you're not special. Like you're just a dude too.
Yeah.
I still have problems. Still go through things. I still don't know everything.
Yeah, and you're empowering them.
Yeah.
Because you might have a good idea from underneath.
Yep.
Like,
or hey guys, I don't know how to do this. Do one of y'all know how to do this? Well, now they get to practice being a leader.
Yep.
And teach you something.
And you're developing your team that way.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I mean, you never know what your subordinate might have for you. But then on the flip side, your subordinate also, like the Bible also talks about it as far as being efficient, or not efficient, but being able to respect those elders, like you talked about.
Yeah.
Respect those in charge and honor them and love them. I mean, you pretty much wrapped this entire thing. It's so concise with those. You want to read them one more time?
Yeah. Respect one another.
Yep.
Have confidence in yourself. And that confidence leads to trust in you from other people, or have confidence and trust in the leaders appointed above you.
Yeah.
If you are the leader, have confidence in yourself, and that will instill trust in the people below you.
Yeah.
And those two things, respect and confidence, will lead to a positive environment, an environment that you are in control of, that you can change for the better.
Yeah. No, that's really good. I think we need to go ahead.
How would you tie in discipleship specifically, like developing your spiritual aspect of this? How would you tie into discipleship with this?
Yeah. So, discipling is ultimately teaching or guiding, directing.
Yeah.
Right. Been a part of a few kind of discipleship roles, but your turn it's not about you anymore. It's about them, whomever you're discipling.
A servant mindset.
You're now a servant. And so
that's a good thing for a leader to have.
Yeah. Sitting underneath discipleship, you're the receiver, but a good discipleship is it's an interactive experience. You need to hear what's going on with them and adapt the teaching or coaching style, whatever you have, to be able to apply to that individual, because everybody's going to respond differently. So, I was part of several different discipleship groups, and you are developing, you're discipling somebody, you're helping them achieve the outcome that they need in order to overcome or whatever it is that they're trying
when
to.
The end goal with discipleship is that you would create more disciples.
Correct.
So that, like you were saying earlier, the refining aspect.
Yeah.
Like they're not ready yet. They're still refining it. Well, you're just assisting in that refinement. And at the same time, you're benefiting from refinement.
Yep.
Like I was saying earlier, that the leaders above me had to kind of maybe explain more things to me than they wanted to. Well, they had to refine themselves a little bit in order to refine me.
Yep.
And we kind of met in the middle there, but not really. We both grew together. That's what it really was.
Yeah. I mean, like you hit it on the head. Passage of scripture that says, "Go forth and make disciples of men." Like, okay, you've received the good news. You're now a follower and believer of Jesus Christ. Now go forth and share that. Like, we're not supposed to just keep that in, right? We should go forth and share that. And so go forth, make disciples of men. And that's what discipleship is. You were a student, you received, you listened, you learned, you grew. Okay, now you're equipped. It's time to go. It's time to go deliver that message.
Yeah.
And you might not feel ready, and it's daunting sometimes, but when it's time to deliver that message, you just need to pray and ask God for help and guidance in that.
My pastor said something interesting yesterday at church that he's like, you may not feel ready.
Yeah.
Guess what? None of us are.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not ready to be a pastor.
Yeah.
I'm not. But I'm called to this.
Yeah.
We're all called to be disciples. And whether we're ready or not, it's what God has called us to do. And He is who allows us to do these things. He is who gives us the courage, the strength, the guidance needed to actually accomplish that goal. But you have to answer the call and take that first step to see Him there with you.
Yeah.
If you just sit on the sidelines the whole time and are afraid, you're never going to grow.
No. Just take a step of confidence.
So we're never ready.
No, you're never going to feel ready.
Yeah.
But you might be more ready than you realize.
Mm-hmm.
Level up, suffer up through all this.
Thought you were just going to end it right there.
No,
that was
not
like
quite.
Tagline, end it.
Yeah, tag, mic drop.
Yeah.
So
that was good.
But we should dive into this a little bit more as we kind of expound on what this looks like.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to share.
Well, we've got a plan to do a episode with a guest speaker about leadership.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should be good.
That'll be
excited
great
about it. So again, thank you to Sofsocs for supporting this channel. Click on the link, order you a pair of socks, discount code SUFFER10 to get you a sweet pair of running socks or working socks, whatever you find yourself doing, or walking. Get outside, do something fun, do something hard, spend time with family, and love
sunshine.
others. Huh?
Get some sunshine.
Yeah.
Getting hot down here, but the sun shines out and it's beautiful.
It is. It is. So thanks again for tuning in for another episode of the Suffer Up podcast, where our mission is to encourage and lead others to suffer with a purpose. We strive to level up in life with an emphasis on spiritual, mental, and physical well-being. This is Nate and Ryan.
Love you guys.